Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. So if you were with me when I made this book, I'm going to call this part 1. I would like to further embellish this book. Now, some might say it is done, but I am feeling it is not done. So it took me, I don't know, like an hour and a half video to create this. So let me go through and let me show you the book that I have thus far. So that's the sort of thing that holds the book closed. I have chosen to leave the book like this. So this is made using this book, Love Wide, a book about love by Kelly Ray Roberts. Beautiful book. I cut it apart. and that's how I got a lot of these amazing paper dolls. So with the paper dolls, I added some snarky words, the Tim Holtz snarky ones. I am giving this to a very specific person. She will like the snarky ones. So I'll read you the snarkies on every page that we come by. I'm allergic to stupidity. I break out in sarcasm. I said in video 1, she's a school teacher. She's an artist. She's all that. She's mom. So I did add lace to this book. May it awaken your passion to shine brightly, live fearlessly, and choose play. So this is a tuck spot right here. It says trust, follow your heart. This is a tuck spot right here, and right here. And right here it says, I am fabulous. Over here, you've also shown me how kindness really does change everything. This is a tuck spot right here. It opens up like this. We have another tuck spot here, and it says, your crazy is showing. You might want to tuck that back in. Over here, this is a side tuck spot right here behind her. It says, I have absolutely no desire to fit in. Opened this up. Oh, and there's a piece that got stuck there that doesn't belong there. And up here it says, I wish more people were fluent in silence. That one, because she's a teacher. And then here, I've got a good heart, but this mouth. And this right here is a tuck spot. And close it all up. And on the back, tuck that in there a little better. It says, words cannot express how much I just don't care. Which is not the truth, but it's kind of funny. So I need to make a lot of little things to put in the tuck spots, and I want to further embellish this. So let's do all that together. On my desk, I found this. So it's a little coffee dyed paper, and that I've already done a paper punch here. That was here from another project. I found this little piece left over from the book, so we're going to add that to this. Let me get my ink, and we are going to go through, and we are going to distress all of it. And I have, let me move this right here. I have boxes of goodies here that we're going to be using. You know, I have my box of buttons, my little nail art stuff that I've been buying and collecting. So I want to use it. I'm only going to distress the cover. I'm not going to distress the inside. Okay. Let's put that there. Oh, you know what I didn't get? Was my snarky words. I had a hard time finding those the first go around. So let's see. Let's see if I can find them. Small talk. Nope. Why? Why are these being so elusive? Where are they? Oh, here they are. They're at the bottom. Small, dark, snarky. Those are the ones I want to use. I've been using that throughout the whole book, so I want to continue to use those. So let's get this glued down. I'll put my bathrobe on because it's a little chilly in my room. You know, this book that I cut up is just so pretty. I really had a hard time sort of deciding, what do I want to use? Do I even want to cut it up? But clearly I did. So I am going to be making 2 books out of that book because I have another friend that I need to make a gift for. Let's see. Oh, that one. I'm silently correcting your grammar because she's a teacher. That's good. That's a good one. Where's my other scissors? We'll use these. I am having fun with this book. I said in video 1, oh, I had such a hard time actually cutting into this book. But now that I have, I'm going to make 2 books. So apparently everybody got snow last night. I'm in Maine. I got an inch. My friend this friend that I'm giving this to, she lives right on the Maine-New Hampshire line. She got like 3+ inches of snow. A friend of mine lives in Mass, not much south of me, but still Massachusetts. He got like 5-6 inches. I'm like, I'm the one that's in Maine. But I live near the ocean, so most of the time, the ocean is of benefit because the water is warmer than the air. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I have, oh, you know what? I should have done this down lower. Darn. I have a whole bunch of whale tails that I cut from this book, the leftover bits. That one. So whenever I have leftover whatevers, I cut it up into whale tails or tab punches. Oh, here's another one. And obviously, I like to keep a collection. And once they're made, it's easy for me to use them because they're all sort of right here and available. All right. I think we're going to use this. I may have, well, I know I've already used a couple in a completely different project. All right, let's go with this. Okay. I should have started these lower so I could have put this here. But you know what? Maybe I don't need one on this. Grab this book out. Nope, too big. too big, not what I want. I could put let's see. Oh, I don't like that there. Okay, I think this one is going to go right here. And we will just have these flowers sticking out right there. Okay, I'm good with that. Okay, next one I want this right here. I have some blue paper. Kind of like a little book, if I can get it folded evenly. Maybe I'll do it this way. Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll go with this one. Now, I'm only going to glue this right here because when this is attached, I want it to have just a little bit of wiggle room to be able to open. I mean, both sides are pretty, really. Actually, that has the flowers on it. That has the pink. We'll go with the flowers. Okay, and I'm getting glue everywhere. I think we're going to corner round this because everything else is corner rounded. That's fine. Okay. Getting covered in these things. And let's do little snarky words there. We'll do sorry, not sorry. Now, this, the whale tails are the pages from the book. So they're all double-sided as well. But that being said, these are those nail art things. So if you've watched me before, you know I'm having an absolute field day with these little acrylic bits. Now, my friend is in pink. So this is the perfect place to use all these pink bows. Get over here, you. And we're going to put these throughout the book, too. Why is this not staying? Let's add more glue to this. Need be, I'll get the Aleene's glue out. My goodness. Shouldn't have been that difficult. I know it's a little gluey, but I think it needs to be right now to hold that in. We'll cover the words with the lace. Let me cover this because I see a disaster happening if I don't. Okay. I want to do a tuck right here. And I have more of this coffee paper. And you know what? Let's get my paper cutter out. And I don't have to fold all of them. Oops. We have to completely straighten all this out. None of this is a straight line. Okay, now that I have a straight piece, let me see what's gonna fit here. Okay, that's too tall. And do I want to do a tab pull on that? No, I don't want a tab pull on that one. It kind of interferes. But let's round the corners. This is that thin, thin, thin paper. Okay, let's decorate this one side. Well, you know what else I have that I didn't pull out? Is that there? Where did I put them? Oh, it's right here. My stickers. Let's decorate with some of these stickers. And I have some little bits left over of some of the papers that I trimmed. I'm trying to move this. Whoops. Okay. Put some of those right there. Move that, we'll move that, move that. Okay, let's do a little bit of punchinella on this. Let's see what colors we have here. Got pink in this. Yep. I do. She likes pink. Okay. Different pink. There's that piece. All right, let's glue these down. And then I'm going to do the inking. I'm not going to ink these little stripes. This is the one I said in video 1 would be so cool to use. So let's use it. Simple little strips of paper. Never underestimate how cool something like that can be. Okay, now let's add some stickers. Oh, and the other thing I have are these flowers. I want to add those, but let's add one of these first. We're going to go with the crown. We're going to put it there. I'm going to ink around this. Okay. So it's a little journaling card. I was going to do some snarky words on that, but I'm okay with that. In there. So this one, no, I didn't make that a tuck spot. I made that the tuck spot. Okay. I have this little piece of watercolor paper from a video that we did a while ago, and I would like to use it somewhere in here, and I thought I could make it into a tiny little book. Yep, we're going to do that there. Let me do the corner rounders on this. Throw these in there right here in my bag. Okay. And we're going to decorate the front of this too. Do we need a whale tail on this? Might be too big. Kind of too big. The one I put up here, I want a whale tail on that one. So let's decorate. Do this side. And I want to use maybe some of these because I thought these kind of matched the sort of vibe of the book. So let's get rid of that. Gonna go with that. This was like a little piece of leftover watercolor paper from a project I did last week. Use all the little bits. And should we do a button? I have some pink flower buttons. She's into flowers. And she's into pink. Might be tricky going into that pocket. So we will hold it while it dries for a moment. It's like a smiley face. Okay. I just don't want it to stick to the pocket. You know what? Let's let it sit there and dry for a moment. Here I had a thought. So these were left over from a project that we did a couple months ago, where I took the gel press, this one, and I turned it into like a flower mini book. I thought it looked beautiful right here behind this. And what I want to do is I want to do snarky words. We're going to use these three. I want to do snarky words on the front of these. So let's ink them first. I'm not going to do a whale tail on any of these. Oh, there's another one. All right. We'll use these three. In the video where I made these, I stamped some words. We're going to do the snarky stickers because they're funny and they're fun. And I've been wanting to use them. Where did I put them? Are they sitting right in front of me? I'll do this. Where'd I put them? I just had them. Did they fall? My paper cutter fell. Let me grab that. Oh my goodness. Seriously? I do this all the time. Alright, I have a whole pile of my stickers. Did I put them over here? No. Is this it? Nope. Oh my goodness. Where did I put them? I have a lot more snarky I want to do. Ugh. All right, well, I have that one, so maybe I will use that one. I'm probably looking right at it here on my desk. I do that. Do you do that too? It's right here. Were you saying that? Cassie Rose is in here. She's trying to sleep, and I'm interrupting her sleep. I have that flower I want to use too. This is almost dry. Okay, let's snarkify these. So we're going to do them like that. I've been using the black backed ones. So I want to use a bunch of these sort of littler ones. So this one says, "Don't judge me." And then she can do journaling on the back of these petals. I'll wipe my finger off. This one says, "Shh, no one cares." Yep. Some of these are a riot. I mean, I've been wanting to use these for a long time. And there's only certain people you can use with these snarky ones. Let's see. Any more small ones? I don't think so. Yeah, these are all the big ones. All right. When in doubt, vacation. Will that fit? Yes, that will fit. Okay. Putting snarky right there. So these I want to put right here under this. Make sure these are all stuck down. Isn't that pretty? I thought that was pretty. Make sure they stick in there. Okay, this one I'll put that guy right there. We need a little something here. And this one I want to do one of my whale tails. I still have a little flower left over. Let's cut some more of this. Oh, you know what? I have these pieces here. Some of these are double-sided though. Yeah. They can't be used for journaling. I mean, this one could be. This one's too big to fit right there. I'd have to trim that one down, which is easy peasy to do. Just stick those in there just a little bit more. All right, so we need to cut a small one here and one here. So let's cut this. Cut this side up. Put this way down. It might be still too big. Oh yeah, considerably too big. Nice. Okay, we need to round the corners and do all that stuff on that. But before we do that, let's cut some pieces of this. And I need to square up the sides. Whoa. Oh, that was falling. Okay. Here's a piece. Okay, here's a piece. Let's get rid of this. Okay, this has to go. Too much. Okay. Perfect. Now let me get my corner rounder. Because this I need to round the corners on. I need to edge this. I need to pick which one of the whale tails I want to put on that. Probably the one with the pink. There. Ooh, my glue started to dry up on me. There we go. Okay, I want the pink right here. And then let's do some more of those bows. I have this flower. Let's do the flower. Although, you know what? Let me keep the flower for one of these. Just going to glue the flower right to that. That one's just going to be super simple. Right there, tucks nice and deep in there. This one, this is gold, this is silver, but that's okay. Let's do that, and then let's do some snarky. Some of these in the back were a little bit bigger, but I think they're too big, I think. All right, so let's put some of these that I can cut down. I'm going to use this one. I do this thing called What I Want. Let's just trim off that end. It's going to be another long video. This is real life when it comes to creating some of these more detail-oriented mini journals. I want to get these bows out again. I'm just going to put a couple on my desk. She's a very girly girl. Girly girl. She's into the pinks and the purples. I'm into blues, greens, black, you know. We balance each other out. Oh, this one's not sticking either. I think I just need to like leave it there. The glue's squirting out, but you know what? That's what's going to hold that on. And it will dry clear. There. Okay, so we have tucked things here. Tucked. Tucked item here. Tucked item here. Tucked item here. I need one here. And that's my last one. Let's see. Yep. Close this all up. We are going to decorate this. Some pink, bunch of yellow. And I'm going to do this one. And it says, sorry for the mean, hurtful, accurate things I said to you. How many times have you wanted to say that to people? Frankly, I do. My days of tiptoeing around the tulips have long gone. I say it like it is. Especially when I do readings. I just did a reading. I said it like it is. That's why people come back to me. Because I don't tiptoe around it. There's no reason to. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear when I'm doing a psychic reading. And that's what I tell people. I mean, I'm not mean. I say it nicely, but I say it. my former business partner was a very good friend. She was an acupuncturist. And she would never give me a heads up about the people. Seeing if I can cut this into two. Yeah. About the people she would refer to me. We were in the same office. It was her office, and I was renting a space from her. Gosh, 18 years ago. And when I would do a reading for somebody, I would say to her, yeah, you said the exact same thing I said. They weren't listening to you, so you sent them to me, didn't you? Without telling her what was said or anything. And she's like, yep. I knew they'd listen to you because I've been saying it for years and they weren't listening to me. Yep. You know, I joke and I say, men, for instance, won't remember what their wives said to them yesterday. But they'll remember what I said to them in a reading 5 years down the road. This needs something more. I don't know. There's something about, like, when a psychic says something to you, you pay attention a little more. Sometimes. That's a really pretty button. I like that button. And that one's a flower. I'll do that one. So I always found that kind of funny. Because people would come back to me and say, you said blah, 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 blah to me. Like, okay. I don't remember my readings, and I do that on purpose. Now, I have a whole bunch of these flowers. My mom just bought a whole bunch of these, and she's like, why don't you take half? So she bought 3 packages from Hobby Lobby. So I took half from all 3. And I am going to use these flowers throughout the book. It's getting a little too much. Okay, I wanted to put that on the inside one. This. Now this doesn't have any tuck spots. This already has one in it. So let me delicately put this in here without popping everything off. There. That looks cute. Okay. Next thing I want to do is let's move this out of my way. Let's hold this here. I think I'm done with the buttons. Let me close those up. Now I want to come and glue down some flowers, which I've decided to do flowers instead of flat back gems everywhere. I mean, I can still do that. But I want to glue down some of these little flowers. Kind of all over. They have some glitter to them. I think I'm going to put one in the middle of that rose. I was debating putting one here, but I don't know if that would take away. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do one there. Although, I could do a bow. No. All right, we're going to let that dry. Now, here, so we're going to add this little bow. Oh, you probably can't see that. I'm going to add a bow there. We're going to add some of these flowers up here. So some of these are super sparkly and some are like a matte finish to the flower. There. Done with this. We are done with this. Let's put those away. I have another one of these bows. I do like them at the bottom. You know, sometimes some of these little like fiddly bits that we add really make everything just kind of pop. Should we do? Yes, we should do one of those. Should we do one of those over here? Do one right there. Okay, I like that the way it is. Let's, no, I'll just leave that right there. Let's do a couple of these little flowers right here. Nice. Yeah, we'll do one right there. So we did that, and we did that. Did those. Move this. I wanted to do a flower in her hair. The glue is seeping out. Just wipe it on my cloth. Should we do anything here? You know what? I'm kind of feeling like I might leave that alone. She needs flowers in her hair. Actually, we might just do the one. And then the bird. Yep, we'll just do the one down here. Okay, I think I'm done with those. And then, oh, did this fall off of something? Nope, from what I can see, it has not. See, this is why I left this so it could be a little more gusseted, like, because I knew I was going to sort of make it thicker. There. That will stay. Okay, here. I had an idea. Let's see if I kept it. This. I wanted to cut those words out and put it back here. Oh, these are the scissors I want. So I'm gonna sort of fussy cut. I hope it's gonna fit. Hold on, I might have to move this. Can I move these words? It says, and from the bottom of my wider heart, I thank my lucky stars that you're in my life. I thought that would be really good. So, you know what? Oh, is that my light that just went out? Oh, let me plug it in. I'm almost done. Figures. There. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Making it work. And this is the back. Just kind of holding it there a sec. Well, this book has been a labor of love. This has certainly taken much, much longer than I anticipated. I was talking to my friend earlier. And I'm like, yeah, I decided to make this video. Needed to have a couple more gifts for some people. She's like, well, who'd you need to have another gift for? I'm like, you! She's like, oh, well, whatever. So I glued another one of those bows on the back there. Not exactly the configuration I wanted of this, but it fits and it's the back, so who cares? So let's go through the book. Now, I may still decide to come back in and do flatback gems. I don't know. We'll see. But let's look at all the little tuck spots and all the little ways. I mean, truly, I could have left it the way it was. I just felt like it needed a lot more. So here we go. We have this. We have these 3 petals, which I want it this way. We have a tuck here. We have a tuck here. We have a tuck here. I'm not going to pull it out right now. We have a tuck here. And, you know, I'm glad I got to use all these snarky, too. We have a big tuck here. A fun tuck there. And then this little tuck here. And all the flowers, all the stickers, all the bows, and the back. This I'm going to have to curl. So it will stay better. If I need to come in and do Velcro, I can. I'm going to give that just a little bit of a, not quite a crease, but sort of a crease. Kind of a crease. There. I am so happy with this. I'm really pleased with all the glitter and the bling and the bows and all the fun stuff. She'll love it because she's so into all of that. So thank you for following me along on this 2-day adventure of getting this book finally done. I don't know. Do we ever feel like these things are done? I don't know. If you're like me, sometimes I go back and add things like probably flatback gems. I'm telling you right now, I might. She's very blingy. So, I don't know. We'll see. But this is another hour. So, I'm going to end this here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please check out my website, www.elementalenерgieswithchristiane.com, if you're interested in getting a private psychic reading in the Akashic Records, mediumship, animal communication, past, present, future. All of that's included in one reading. Check out the website for that. And like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, please. I do post a video every single day. Love to get my numbers up more than what they're at. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Take care and be free.